Hello, we're just waiting on our president and vice president. Since they're both gone, I'm sure they must be talking or doing something important, but I'll check in with them and we'll hopefully get started shortly.
Good morning. Oh, good morning, everyone. Apologies. My car had tire pressure warnings. I had to go fill that up with air this morning, but we are here and ready to start the meeting. I called this meeting to order at 9:02 a.m. and we'll start off with the land acknowledgement. Associated Students recognizes and acknowledges the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of the Fernandino Tautaviam Band and Mission Indians that is now occupied by our campus of California State University, Northridge. Honors their elders, past and present, and the descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tautaviam Band and Mission Indians. Associated Students recognizes that the tribe is still here today, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We'll go ahead and go over to the Pledge of Allegiance. So please stand if you are able. I will now turn it over to our Attorney General for the roll call.
Good morning, everybody. Vice President Anderson. Senator Bovnagry. Senator Chavez. Senator Doe. Senator Dunn. Senator Kaddish. Senator Iman Khan. Senator Owais Khan. Senator Mezabin. Senator Radionov. Senator Saravia. Senator Scher. Senator Tybee. Senator Toledo Carranza. Senator Tran. We have a quorum.
Thank you. And also just for everyone, Vice President Anderson is at a search and screen committee right now, so she was unable to be with us this morning, but is doing her thing with the interviews. So awesome. We'll go to move on to the approval of the agenda for today's meeting, November 27th. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve the agenda for November 27th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Dunn, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We'll go ahead and move on to the approval of the minutes for November 20th. Is there a motion? Senator Tybee.
I move to approve the minutes for November 20th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Scher, thank you. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, the motion passes unanimously. We'll go ahead and move on to special presentations. And we do have one today from Tony, who is the Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Community Outreach for the Department of Police Services. So Tony, if you'd like to take the floor is yours. And then you can just press the button on the microphone to turn it on.
Can everybody hear me? Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all of you back here. I apologize for having my back towards you. It's a pleasure being here this morning. Today marks my second month here at CSUN. It's been quite a journey over the last 2 months being here, and I'll take hopefully not even 10 minutes to tell you what somebody asked me last week. Well, what are you actually doing here? So again, my name is Catarino Tony Arias, and I'm the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for Police Services. This position is a very unique one. I believe I'm the only one in the entire Cal State system to have this position. A lot of pressure, but I'm also looking forward to the work that I'll be doing here at CSUN. To tell you a little bit about myself, I grew up in public housing, and I tell you this story because it'll make sense at the end when I tell you what I'm doing here at CSUN with Police Services. So I grew up in public housing as an English learner with a single mother. And that was back in the 80s and early 90s, where there was a lot of issues with police, not only LAPD, but also the public housing police that was patrolling the public housing projects where I lived. And that was one of my first negative experiences that I had with police. And it was one of those experiences that I never thought would lead me to work within a police department today. I immigrated to the United States in 1987 as an English learner. I went to elementary school, and one of the first things that I encountered was that in the public school that I was attending, they thought that I was a special ed student, but that was not the case. I just needed assistance, and I needed to be tested in order to just learn English. So that was my first experience with public education. That went on for several years until I believe it was in the 9th grade, where I was finally tested and come to be that I did not need special services, but I just needed to be placed in an environment that was just the right one for me to learn. The first one in my family to graduate from middle school, high school, and college. I have an undergraduate degree from the University of Redlands in Spanish, sociology, and anthropology. I have a master's from the University of Redlands as well in management leadership, and I have a master's from CSUN in public administration, and I just completed a certificate in diversity, equity, and inclusion from Cornell, and I hope that next year I will start my doctorate program here at CSUN. As I said, my experiences with police were negative growing up. Along with my friends, we didn't fit in. We just didn't understand why living in public housing, police had to treat us in the way that they were treating us. But at the same time, it opened an opportunity for me to understand that this was a system that many times it's not justifiable in the way that they treat others. And that has been proven in recent years and prior to that. But one of the experiences that led me to think about diversity, equity, and inclusion work was in my high school senior year. I had an accident. It wasn't an accident, but it almost took my life. I was a victim of a drive-by outside of my high school in my senior year. And that put me in a path where I really didn't know where my life was going to take me. But it was an experience that really caused for me to think about the differences that exist in a police force, because the one person who came to visit me at the hospital was the police officer that rescued my life that afternoon outside of my high school. And it gave me a different perspective as to police work and those who work in law enforcement. Once I left my high school and went to the University of Redlands, it was a completely different experience because I went to the University of Redlands at a time where diversity was not, it's not the best, I would say. And so I was one of maybe 3 students from public housing that was attending the University of Redlands at that time. So it's a very challenging environment, but at the same time, it gave me another perspective of how important diversity, equity, and inclusion is it in a university campus. I almost left after my first year, but decided that it was probably best for me to stay at the University of Redlands and complete my studies. And at the end of my senior year, the kid who came from public housing ended up being the student body president of the University of Redlands. And that gave me an opportunity to begin to figure out different ways to introduce culture, to introduce care and empathy to a university student body and professors that were in the cusp of trying to figure that out, but just couldn't get past that threshold of understanding that being unique and having different perspectives and coming from different cultures and different environments is something that should be embraced. And I say all that to come full circle to today. I spent the last 20 years at the Los Angeles Unified School District. I worked there as a community outreach organizer, senior community outreach organizer in the largest school construction program in the country. Over the last 12 to 15 years that I spent at LA Unified, I developed a language access program that is now used throughout public school districts in the country. And that language access program was specifically geared towards giving access to deaf and hard of hearing families and students, and families with special needs, and families who come to LA Unified many times without any guidance in a complex system that will affect the lives of their children for their entire life. As I said, 2 months ago, I made the decision to take this opportunity here at CSUN. And one of the main reasons why I'm here is, as I stated earlier, many times in a campus like CSUN, with the diverse culture that we have, with all the different groups that exist with this campus, the relationship with the Department of Police Services at times is not the best. However, I believe that there's an opportunity here, a very unique opportunity to be able to bring the Department of Police Services to the entire community of CSUN as one. I work for the Department of Police Services, but I also work for the entire community of CSUN. And one of my goals is to be able to develop a way of creating a better relationship with the Department of Police Services and the different groups that exist here on campus. I've had the pleasure to meet with different student groups already on campus. I went to meet with the staff from the Dream Center, with the LGBTQIA+ staff, and I'm finding out that there's a lot of work to be done within the Department of Police Services. And so my role is going to be to figure out different ways to not only bring information back from the CSUN community back to the Department of Police Services, but also from the Police Services Department back to the CSUN community. I really think that we have an opportunity here to be an example of how police work is done on a university campus, which in my opinion is very different than the way police services are done outside of CSUN. The challenge is that there's a lot of issues that do happen outside of CSUN. There's a lot of incidents that happen with different police departments outside of CSUN. And we, as the Department of Police Services internally here at CSUN, we have to be aware of those issues. We have to do our work with care. We have to do our work with acceptance. And we also have to do our work understanding that every single group that exists within CSUN is very special, it's very unique, and we have to work hard to ensure that everyone on this campus feels safe, feels accepted, and feels cared for. Because to me, at the end of the day, my job is to make sure that the Department of Police Services does the best that they can to ensure that student success is part of the police work that is being done on this campus. And so with that, I tell you that I'm honored to be here in front of all of you and all of you back here. I have a lot of work ahead of me, but I'm looking forward to it. Over the last 2 months, I've been energized more than I can tell you. I've met outstanding staff that has guided me. And now that I'm here, seeing all your faces, I can tell you that I'm even more excited for the work that I'm gonna be doing, because I'm only one in the entire Cal State system, but I don't wanna be the last one. I want my work to be at other campuses. I want for police departments in other campuses to understand that CSUN does things different. You know, there's a movement here of diversity, equity, and inclusion that I think is very unique, that has to be embraced, but at the same time, it's not just about words, but it's about action. I have to be able to put this into a program that hopefully can translate to, again, other campuses, but also affect the way that we do police work on this campus, not only for all of you, but for the other students that will come after you. Because for me, it's about leaving a legacy the same way that I left a legacy at the University of Redlands. I want to do the same here. And I want to do it in a way where we accept and embrace all of our differences. And I know for a fact that relationships with police departments and those who work in the police department are challenging, but I'm here for the challenge. I'm here to make a difference, but I know that I can't do it by myself. And so with that, I don't know if there's times for questions, but again, I'm very honored to be here and to meet all of you and for the opportunity to speak to you for the few minutes that I've been standing up here. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, first of all, it was a privilege to have you here this morning. So thank you so much. And CSUN is so incredibly lucky to have you in your leadership. I had the opportunity to kind of meet Tony earlier on this year and was just blown away by his vulnerability and his story. And he's already really hitting the ground running, working with us on Commuter Week this week. So just really incredible work. But does anyone have any questions for him? Yeah.
So you mentioned that you want to make it known that CSUN with their with the Department of Police Services does things differently. What kind of ideas or initiatives are in mind or being taken to stand separate from the other CSUs?
That's a great question. I would say one of the first things is to really understand the perspectives of the different groups that are within CSUN. I think many times internally, police departments want to come up with different ways of policing either the city or the campus, but they forget that many times the answers to how we go about our work is within our students, our faculty and administrators. So one of the first things that I'm trying to figure out is to understand what the different groups on campus feel about the police department, how they interact with the police department, and how safe they feel on campus with the services provided by the Department of Police Services. So there's gonna be intentional work being done from my end to bring that perspective to the Department of Police Services so that we can start creating a unique approach on how we create safety on this campus, but safety that looks different in the fact that it has to also integrate the perspectives from the students and as I said, the administrators and faculty on this campus, because for me, at the end of the day, that's who we service and that's who we're here for. And we have to be able to somehow embrace, as I stated, the differences that we all have, because safety is critical for the Department of Police Services. But at the same time, that safety can't be reshaped unless we understand how unique all of you are, the perspectives that you have and your experiences with the police, good or bad. And at the same time, be able to work with groups on campus that have a history of not working closely with police departments because of experiences, negative experiences that they've had. So I think there has to be a lot of learning. We have to just accept when we've been wrong, and at the same time, learn more than just think about safety. So there's gonna be a plan put in place. It's gonna take a while. But I think that's one of the first things that we have to do here. Like, we really have to come to that point where we have a respectful, mutual understanding of ideas. Because I think that's where we find the truth, and that's where we find a way to really engage in safety, but from a different perspective. Not just when something goes wrong, DPS shows up and that's the end of it. I hope I answered your question. Sure.
Any further questions from the board? Alrighty, if none, thank you again so much
Thank
for
you.
being here this morning.
Thank you very much.
And we'll obviously be working really closely with Tony in the future, and DPS. Again, like I mentioned, they'll be at commuter week this week. So very exciting. Alrighty, we are now going to move on to open forum. Open forum is intended as an opportunity for any member of the public to address the Associated Student Senate regarding any issues affecting CSUN students. Speakers are allowed 3 minutes each to speak. Please sign in using the clipboard for minute recording purposes.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick announcement. My name is Sharon. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of the club, Chabad of CSUN, but they're actually having an event tomorrow at CSUN. They're bringing in a Holocaust survivor to come in to speak. His name is Joseph Alexander. He actually survived 12 concentration camps. And I thought I would just announce it because I think it would be really interesting and really important for people to come, because the Holocaust was a really big part of American history and world history. And it's really great that we have somebody who can come and share their story about what happened to them. So if anybody's interested in attending, please let me know. There will be, I think, flyers being up in the AS office. So if anybody's interested in coming and attending, please let me know. I think, again, it would be a really great event for you guys to show up. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Anyone else here for open forum? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll move on to reports. Starting with mine. I don't have too much to report today. Just wanted to wish you all, or hope you all had a nice break with loved ones, and hopefully you enjoyed sleeping in, hopefully here and there. Last week was a pretty chill week, just because of the holiday. So we had a personnel board meeting on Tuesday. We did post quite a few positions for some open positions through AS. That was awesome. This week I will be attending the Food Service Advisory Committee on Tuesday, so tomorrow. So if any of you have any questions or concerns about food on campus or anything related to that, let me know so I can bring those up and address them at the committee meeting tomorrow. Also this week, as I mentioned earlier, is commuter week. So just a heads up, on Wednesday, the 29th, we'll have our commuter appreciation day, where we'll be at the parking lots G3, B3, and the housing shuttle stop by Redwood Hall. We'll be handing out donuts and advertising our giveaways for our semester parking permits. And then on Thursday, we'll have our commuter fair, or commuter fair is going to be right out there at the Plaza del Sol. That's going to go from 10 to 2 p.m. And that's just going to be to highlight a lot of different kind of transportation services on campus and off campus, like Metrolink. We'll have parking services there. We'll have our bike shop there, the Institute of Sustainability. Really, really exciting. And obviously lots of cool giveaways. We're also going to give away gas cards throughout those couple of days. So really, really exciting. But I have looked at the sign up sheet. I did not see really anyone sign up. So right now I'm going to put it in the GroupMe. If you can please just take a couple minutes to sign up for a spot. You won't be alone when you table. You'll have a partner or someone there. I'll hopefully be there. So please, if you could just take a moment real quick to sign up for a spot, I would really appreciate that. I know I did send this out last week, but I get it, the holidays and break, it was kind of probably hectic for everyone. So I'm going to give you all like 1 or 2 minutes to sign up to table real quick. And yeah, hopefully I will see the sign up sheet filling up. And also just, by the way, heads up, this can count as one of your office hours. So you can put tabling towards your office hours. Okay, I'm seeing some signups. So that's really awesome. Thank you. Please make sure you sign up though. It's super, super important that we have people tabling at these events. So thank you. One more thing before I conclude, just wanted to make sure that if you do have a town hall planned, please announce it during the announcement section today, just so we're all aware of when it's being held and the location, the date and time. So, you know, if I want to go or anyone else wants to attend, they know when it is. So yeah, today, if you could please announce that, that'd be awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just really want to say thank you all so much for the incredible work you've all been putting in this semester. Seriously, your constituents are so lucky to have you. And I know that the next couple of weeks might be a little bit hectic with finals and kind of classes wrapping up or the semester wrapping up, but just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and trying to stay stress-free as much as possible and take any time you need. Come to my office if you want to just a little debrief therapy session, whatever you need. I'm here for you. So just, yeah, take care of yourself and rest. Alrighty. Any questions on my report? Alrighty, seeing none, I will go ahead and turn it over to Vice President Anderson. I will be reading her report today. So yes, she says, hello, everyone. I apologize for another absence. Today, I will be at the first gathering for the Vice Provost Search Committee. The committee has a lot of wonderful people from across the CSUN community, so there are many schedules to work around, which caused my absence from Senate today, but she will be back next week. On that note, I'm excited for our last meetings of the semester. Keep in mind that you should be wrapping up all of your standing committee work. Don't stress too much about finishing any specific projects. Anything that goes unfinished this semester can always be reintroduced back in the spring semester. If you have any issues wrapping up a project or have any questions, feel free to reach out to her via email or you can stop by her office. Also, kind of like I mentioned right now, actually, she said, please remember to keep her in the loop of any town halls that are planned. You could just simply CC her on an email or again, stop by her office to let her know what date you have planned for. She hasn't been informed of any town halls, so please let her know so she can try to attend. She said, lastly, please check your emails later today. She will be sending another scheduling request for an end of semester Senate check-in and goal setting for next semester. These will be more in-depth than our check-ins before, so please make sure to schedule one ASAP. She hopes everyone has a good week. Please let her know if you need any support or assistance. Thank you. Alrighty, are there any questions on Vice President Anderson's report that I can maybe answer? Alrighty, seeing none, we will go ahead and turn it over to our Chief of Staff.
Good morning, Senate. I hope you all had a restful weekend and spent time well enough with your families, your friends, or even yourself. Any time to recuperate, any time to just recover from school in general. So I hope you all enjoyed that time, the 4-day weekend. I know we all wish we would have more of those, but our break is coming up rather soon. And in saying this, as we close out the last few weeks of our Senate meetings, I thought it'd be a great time to just do a quick reflection as to what we've already accomplished, but also what we're planning to accomplish. Just as Josie and Paige had mentioned, even though this semester is finishing out, it does not mean that our work is done here. We still have next semester to do, so please feel free to start planning, whether it's talking to Paige, Josie, myself, and I, or having ideas flow, brainstorming, asking your fellow your fellow coworkers. I also hope that we also have awesome ideas. Feel free to talk to any of us. Our cabinet is also flowing ideas as well. Last week we canceled our cabinet meeting to allow our cabinet members to spend some extra time with their friends, just an extra day to themselves. This week we will be utilizing our cabinet time to support the commuter week. We'll be passing out donuts, so I hope to see you all there. And so also please remember that this is an awesome opportunity to be able to showcase ourselves and be able to just service the CSUN community, allowing students to show them that we're here for them, even if it is just passing out a donut for them for free. I know that the Gymsters will actually be requesting apples or oranges because they said, why are you giving us donuts? We just came from the gym. So hopefully we have a variety of things to pass out. But overall, I hope that you have time to give to yourself this week, to study, to be able to utilize to your studies and finish up the last few things that we have for this Senate this semester. So I hope you all have a great week and thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our Chief of Staff. Are there any questions on her report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn over to our Chair of Finance.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a really restful week before with the holiday weekend and long weekend. I'll start by sharing our account balances. Within STAR, we have $170,830. Unassigned, we have $745,654. Clubs and orgs assigned, $15,000. Fill fund, $15,000 as well. And clubs and orgs travel, we have $5,732. Moving on to my report, I'm continuing to meet with clubs and orgs to do their makeup finance 101 trainings, as well as continuing to help clubs and orgs put together their annual budget requests, as our annual budget form closes next Monday at 11:59 p.m. If you know any student leaders that are part of clubs and orgs, or you yourself are one of those student leaders, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Assistant Chair Ponce. We're here to help tailor your requests and make sure you're able to utilize resources and financial support from AS as much as possible. Additionally, last week I sent out a reminder email to clubs and orgs to remind them that our annual budget closes, as well as some helpful links. Since our AS website recently underwent that change from Web 1 to Web 2, I'm also communicating all the changes in links and where to access those links as well to students. That concludes my report for today. Thank you.
Are there any questions on our Chair of Finance's report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our Attorney General.
Good morning, everyone. Really, every important piece of information I could have given you is already given by these previous reports. So I'll just second that. Keep us in the loop about your town halls, and also with the upcoming semester, after you've registered for classes and you've thought about your office hours, you can let me know a little early if you already have everything in, set in stone, and we can already get those office hours set up for next semester. And I hope everybody had a wonderful break, and we've got, I guess, just 2 more Senate meetings to go. So get excited and make these last 2 important. All right, that's all.
Yes, get excited, everyone. Last 2, it's kind of bittersweet. It's crazy how fast the semester went. Are there any questions on our Attorney General's report? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our standing committee reports. I know a lot of them didn't meet, but feel free to share anything. And we'll start off with external.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Alrighty, moving on to internal affairs.
I second what Matthew said.
Perfect. These are the fastest reports ever. And then moving on to university affairs.
I'll third it.
Love it. Perfect. Okay, that was very, very quick. We'll move on to our executive director's report. He's actually out today. He is on vacation. Woo, love that. But I did send me something which I wanted to share with you all. Which there are some activities this week. Excuse me, actually tomorrow in honor of Transgender Day remembrance, excuse me. This is through UCS. UCS is hosting these activities. The first activity is tomorrow from 11 to 3, which is a water bottle decorating event, which is really awesome. And it's going to be near Cleary Lane on the concrete tables between the library and the USU. And that's near the Matador statue. And then there also is going to be a workshop, Gender Journey, How to Take Care of Yourself or Others Who Are Exploring Gender Identity. And that's also on Tuesday from 3 to 4:30 in the Van Nuys room of the East Conference Center at the USU. I can forward this all to you, but just so you all know, those are happening tomorrow. And yeah, I'll kind of finish off. That's all for Patrick's report. But we'll go ahead and turn over to our university advisor, Asia Butler, for her report.
Good morning. I just want to acknowledge Tony. He has been a really great partner and collaborator since he started and really jumped in. So thank you for the care and attention that you have given to the students. And I hope you all definitely see him as a partner and collaborator so that if he reaches out to you or reaches out to a student group and they talk to you about him, you can let them know that he is someone that they can trust and go to. And he's really there to help students. So thank you, Tony.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions on Asia Butler's report? All righty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to our faculty advisor, Dr. Veda Ward.
Good morning, everyone. I do hope that you had a nice weekend. For faculty, of course, we were technically active all the way through Wednesday. So it's always a surprise Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to see who's going to show up, right? And so again, we were still working. I actually had advising on Wednesday. Just a couple of things for you today. The first one is really thinking about all of the accessibility issues that we have moving forward into final exams. So again, final exam times are generated by the university so that there are no conflicts. So again, if you are scheduled to have a final exam, that should show up in your portal. If for some reason a faculty member is having an exam during another time, according to at least my recollection, that's not allowed to be called a final exam. It may be a third test, a second test, whatever, but if it has the name final exam, it has to be provided during the scheduled time that shows up in your portal. I know that from time to time, everybody's happy. Let's do it earlier. Let's get it over, whatever. Again, to protect you and your constituents, those things are not supposed to be changed and called final examinations unless they're offered during the scheduled time. And again, that's to protect you as students so that you don't come up with conflicts. So be sure that you let your newer constituents know those things so that they don't feel compromised in that process. Next, there is a special testing opportunity available to you if you are registered through DRESS. And some students have that already available. They have already sent that information out to faculty members to make sure that you are working through DRESS to have students who need assistance there. Some students who have asked for special testing coverage have proctors available to them, individuals who can help them, etc. Then the actual hours are posted. And so again, those hours are not necessarily exactly the same as the exam hours. So again, make sure that you are familiar with that so that you can also assist your constituents. Next, I think it's really important to think about registration. I know that some students are still registering, and we have faculty who help with that process as well as staff members. So again, make sure that your students are aware of those opportunities and speak directly with faculty members who may be teaching, offering classes. There are always some courses that are special opportunities, exploratory courses that may not be offered every semester. The same thing is true for some elective courses that may be coming up that are new. So again, make that contact with your departments, deans, etc. Some courses that have been offered in the past have transitioned into permanent course numbers and titles. So again, just be aware that those things may be happening. And then finally, I would like to just remind everyone that internships on our campus are considered academic courses. Those academic courses generate academic units. Because they generate units, you have to have a faculty member supervise your internship. So again, we hear sometimes that people say, oh, I'm going to be doing an internship during the winter break. Technically, that is not allowed, okay? So again, if you hear someone saying that, make sure that they understand that academic units cannot be generated during times when faculty supervisors are not assigned. That's actually part of our faculty load. And again, just to remind everyone, it's for your protection. It's to make sure that you're not in a situation where a faculty, university are not overseeing what's happening with you, and that you have a supervisor in the field who understands that relationship between agency organization and your academic institution. So I want to thank you. It's really great to see you. I had 9 hours of sitting in the car yesterday on the way home from San Francisco, which was supposed to take 1/3 less time. So lots of time to think about the report today and to think about seeing you all and your wonderful faces. So thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for that report. I feel like I always learn something every time from your report. So thank you. And sorry that the drive was so long. I'm sure that was very tedious, but glad you made it safe and sound back home. Alrighty, we don't have any unfinished business today. We do have some new business. It looks like we have a couple club constitutions to approve. Is there a motion? Yes,
Permission to be recognized.
granted. Thank you. Yes, Senator Tybee.
I move to approve line item A.
Thank you. Is there a second? Senator Toledo Carranza, thank you. Any discussion on these? And they all are attached to the agenda, so if anyone need to look over those, I hope you all did. Any further discussion? Yes.
Just to understand, the women's basketball is going to be under sports clubs association, and then everything else is through clubs and orgs.
Correct, yes. Yeah, so when a club is, their constitution is approved or like chartered by AS, it just means that they now can receive funding from AS. But there's a whole nother recognition process they have to go through the Matador Involvement Center. Yeah. Any further discussion? Alrighty, seeing none, all those in favor of approving line item A, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstained? Great, the motion passes. We don't have any information items or discussion items or legislative referrals, so we will go ahead and move on to announcements. Again, this is your time. I would suggest to share what days and times your town halls are for the semester, the rest of the semester. Senator Dunn.
All right, business senators are having kind of like a town hall meet and greet type thing. It'll be December 14th, so be there from 12:30 to 2 p.m. in Bookstein Hall, 2121, which is the club room. I highly recommend it. I hope to see y'all there.
What time is it at again?
12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Thank you.
And just to verify, is that you and Lena?
Correct. And some snacks.
Perfect.
Nice, very exciting. Alrighty, any further? Yes. Senator Khan.
I literally just got my approval for my room 30 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be having my town hall on December 6th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's gonna be meet and greet style with hot chocolate and Portos. So you should definitely come and take some free food. It's in Jacaranda, 2522.
Thank you so much. And you said 11 to 2. I'm just gonna be here for the free food. No, I'm just kidding. That's so amazing. This is so awesome. Hopefully also kind of provide some students some little stress-free time, especially with kind of things wrapping up this semester. Yes, Senator Radionov.
Good morning, everyone. Just to quickly piggyback off everybody else, Upper Division will be having their town hall next Monday in Thousand Oaks Room from 2 to 3 p.m. and we'll be having California Chicken Cafe and more of kind of just like a meet and greet sort of style. So feel free to stop by if you're able.
Sorry, which day did you say that was? Thank you.
I'm realizing I cannot type that fast, my lord. Okay, who is next? Senator Scher.
To piggyback off of Upper Division Town Hall, Lower Division Town Hall will be on December 6th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Thousand Oaks Room. I'll let everyone type it out, put it on their calendar. And then
Thank you.
for food, to incentivize students to come, there will be canes. That's that.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna rank these based on what food I like the best. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. Anyone? Yes, Senator Chavez.
Okay.
There's
So for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, for the town hall, that will be taking place on December 6th from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. in the Thousand Oaks Room. And for the food, there will be Dave's Hot Chicken.
oh. Alrighty. I'm actually writing down what food is gonna be there for that time. Alrighty, thank you. That's awesome. And then one more. Perfect. Senator Saravia, go for it.
Okay, well, I guess my town hall is the first one of this semester. So my town hall is going to be this Wednesday, and I just wanted to let you all know that if you guys have the MIC approved posters, I would really, really like to have some printed out. And so Dean Reader and I can have them on our table so that students that do come up to us know if they're not at the College of Humanities, that their college is having their town hall. So if you guys would like to have those little posters for us to give out, or if you guys would like to be there to give them out, I would really, really recommend it.
And clarify the 29th and what time?
Oh, the 29th from, sorry, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
And that's in the Plaza del Sol?
No, that is Bohemian Hall 1.
Wonderful. And that's by in case anyone doesn't know, that's by like Bohemian Hall, which is
It's by the Sierra Center.
Yes,
With all the trees.
there you go.
I won't be having snacks then.
Oh,
I'll
just
have
kidding.
appetizers.
Way cooler things. There's gonna be books.
Yeah, you could feed your knowledge instead of your
See, you're original. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. Thank you. Well, that's so exciting. Definitely lots of town halls on the calendar, kind of supporting our students, especially with the free food. Love that for them. I know our students always appreciate that. Are there any further announcements? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll go ahead and turn it over to Golden for our final roll call.
All right. Vice President Anderson, Senator Bob Negri, Senator Chavez, Senator Doe, Senator Dunn, Senator Kaddish, Senator Iman Khan, Senator Owais Khan, Senator Mezabin, Senator Radionov, Senator Saravia, Senator Scher, Senator Tybee, Senator Toledo Carranza, Senator Tran. Very good.
Wonderful, thank you. And I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 9:51 a.m. Thank you all for being here and have a beautiful week.